If I handed you $250,000 tonight, would it make you free? Or would it ruin your life? Because at 3:17 a.m., Marcus realized something terrifying. The money wasn't the gift. It was the trap. And by sunrise, he was marching upstairs to give it back. But to understand why, you need to meet the two men who lived in the same building, and in completely different prisons. Marcus lived on the ground floor. High school biology teacher. 10-year-old car. Small apartment. Tiny garden. Every morning, before the city woke up, he drank coffee outside and listened to birds fight traffic. He slept well. Upstairs lived David. Hedge fund manager. Penthouse. Floor-to-ceiling glass. Suits worth more than Marcus's rent. He had everything money could buy. Except sleep. At night, Marcus watered tomatoes. At night, David stared at the ceiling, replaying numbers, threats, competitors, collapse scenarios. Marcus owned little. David protected everything. And both men watched each other. Marcus sometimes looked up and wondered what it felt like to be that successful. David sometimes looked down and wondered what it felt like to be that calm. One Tuesday evening, David made a decision. He walked downstairs. Marcus was in the garden. David said, "I see you out here every day. You seem content. I have more than I need. Let me help you." He placed the briefcase on the table. Clicked it open. $250,000. Cash. Quit teaching. Travel. Invest. Upgrade your life. This is freedom. Marcus stared. He thought of his mother's medical bills. His aging car. The vacation he'd never taken. His chest tightened. He accepted. David walked back upstairs. For the first time in years, he felt generous. For the first time in years, Marcus felt restless. That night, Marcus didn't sit in the garden. He sat at the kitchen table. Briefcase open. The money looked different in the dark. He touched it. Imagine new possibilities. Bigger apartment. Better neighborhood. Safer future. Then something shifted. He locked his back door. He never locked it before. He checked the front door. Twice. He closed the window he always left open. Every sound became a threat. Every creak was a burglar. Every passing car slowed his breathing. At 2:11 a.m., he Googled how to store large amounts of cash safely. At 2:47 a.m., he imagined someone breaking in. At 3:17 a.m., he realized he wasn't protecting the money. The money was controlling him. He hadn't gained freedom. He had gained something to lose. And suddenly, he was afraid. Upstairs, David was awake too. But that wasn't new. Sunrise. Marcus hadn't slept. He picked up the briefcase. It felt heavier. Not because of the cash. Because of what it did to him. He walked past his garden. Past the lobby. Up to the penthouse. David opened the door in his silk robe. Surprised. "Marcus? Is something wrong?" Marcus held out the briefcase. "Take it back." David blinked. "Not enough?" Marcus shook his head. "It's too much. You gave me your prison, Marcus said. David's jaw tightened. This is life-changing money. Yes, Marcus replied. It changed my life in 6 hours. He continued. I've never locked my doors before. I've never feared shadows. I've never stayed awake protecting something. He looked around the penthouse. This place is beautiful. But it's built like a fortress. Not to keep people out, but because you're afraid of losing what's inside. David went quiet. Marcus stepped closer. You didn't give me freedom. You gave me something to defend. Something to stress over. Something that could be taken. That's not wealth. That's vulnerability. Silence. For the first time, David didn't argue. Because he recognized it. Marcus sat on the porch. David followed. The briefcase sat unopened between them. We all live on a scale, Marcus said. On one side, possessions. On the other, peace. We're told if we pile enough onto possessions, peace will rise with it. He shook his head. It doesn't. When possessions get heavier, peace gets lighter. I was poor in money. But I was rich in not needing more. That's why I slept. David swallowed hard. I don't know how to stop, he admitted quietly. There it was. The crack. That night, David didn't sleep in the penthouse. He sat on Marcus's porch. Listening to traffic. Listening to wind. Listening to nothing demanding anything from him. For the first time in 20 years, he slept without calculating tomorrow. The richest person in the world isn't the one who has the most. It's the one who needs the least. So let me ask you something. What's on your scale right now? Are you chasing something that's costing you sleep? Costing you calm? Costing you yourself? Because freedom isn't at the top of the building. It's not in the next promotion. It's not in the next number. It's in the moment you decide. I have enough.